Hey guys, welcome back to Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys hanging with me a little bit on today's video. And guys, today we're going to be talking about a study that has revealed the 3 lures that consistently appeal to both numbers of fish and bigger fish. This is an exception to the rule, because a lot of lures, they'll catch a lot of numbers of fish, but they may not catch good ones, and some baits catch quality fish, but you're not going to get a lot of bites on them. So we're going to talk about the 3 today that actually is the perfect balance, the best. And that's what everybody wants. They want to get a lot of bites and they want to get good bites. So we'll get into that in today's video. And also guys, I will link all 3 of these lures in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys would like to use my link to purchase some of these baits or anything else at Tackle Warehouse, that's much appreciated. And also guys, thank you very much for everybody that's taken time to hit that subscribe button here to the channel, hit the like button, join as a channel member. Big thank you from me and my family there. Okay, one of the things about bass fishing is like every lure category appeals to certain bass under certain different moods and personalities. You know, you got just a plethora of different type of lure categories in terms of like crankbaits, spinner baits, chatter baits, slow baits, fast baits, topwater baits. It can be confusing. It's like, how do you choose the ones that give you the best odds of getting bites and getting quality bites? And out of all of the lures that I have fished, it seems like the common thread in all of them, it's like there's no balance. It's just like one lure gets you some good fish, and other lures will get you a lot of bites, but sort of not in between. But the 3 that we're going to talk about today, and this is a study that I have conducted personally over the past, probably 30 years of my bass fishing, trying to come up with that balance of the lures I need to focus on. It gives me that best chance of catching numbers and size, which is what you want as a tournament angler and as a recreational angler both. But for me as a tournament angler, I need that. Okay, the first one, guys, is a wacky rig. A wacky rig is one bait that's going to get you a lot of bites, and it's going to get you some big bites. This is one of the few lures out there that you can catch 50 bass a day on it, and you can also catch a 10-pounder. I have caught big ones on this. I have had 50 and 75 bass days on it, which is extremely rare. And as far as the wacky rig, I prefer a 5-inch soft plastic stick bait. This is the Zoom's Linky here. I usually put a 1/0 Gamakatsu G Finesse straight shank hook in it. This is a 3/0. That's just the one I had laying around, but I use a smaller one. And just fish it on a spinning rod, 8-pound test line around shallow targets. I mean, it's a lot more weedless than what you think. And it will get hung up occasionally, but not too bad. But I like to throw it around the edge of targets, like the edge of boat docks, edge of a grass bed, just down a bare bank, on the edge of a stump, something like that, around any type of hard structure. And also, if you got the patience, you can just throw it out on a point and let it sink for 20 feet if you want to. But it's a natural presentation. As the wacky rig falls, it sort of like vibrates on the way, not that much, but it just sort of undulates like that as it falls down there. And you can catch bass on a wacky rig working it just under the surface. You can catch them as it falls on the way down. You can catch them on the bottom with it. Just a really, really good bait. And guys, if you haven't fished a wacky rig much, it's one of those lures that you really need to get confidence in. Because if I could give you guys some advice as far as how to consistently catch bass, it would be to learn how to fish a wacky rig and learn how to fish a shaky head. Those are going to be 2 very consistent lures under a lot of different situations. Okay, the next lure that's going to get you a lot of bites and some good ones is a jerkbait. Megabass Vision 110 or whatever jerkbait that you're using. Minnow imitator, guys. This bait I have had 100 fish days on this, and I've caught lots of 8 and 9 pounders on it. I don't think that there's another bait that I can think of that I have caught more bass and bigger bass as a combo with it. Now, as far as the numbers of big bass I've caught, I've probably caught more big ones on like a big spinner bait than any other lure. But in terms of one lure that has caught me the most bass and some of the biggest bass I've ever caught, it's got to be a jerkbait. Like I said, you can catch 100 2-pounders on it, or you can catch 10-pounders on it. It's just a great bait that appeals to a lot of different fish. And jerkbait's one of the things about jerkbait, it's a very versatile lure in terms of seasonality. A lot of people think of a jerkbait as sort of a winter and early spring bait. No doubt that's probably the best time for it. but you can catch them on a jerkbait all year long. Anywhere that you're catching bass, period, if they're in like less than 10 foot of water, I don't care if the water temperature is 80 degrees or 35 degrees, you can catch them on a jerkbait. I've caught them on a jerkbait in 6 inches of water visibility that was 85 degrees, and I've caught them on a jerkbait where half the lake was frozen over in gin clear water. So just a great bait for catching numbers and quality. And the third one, which is probably going to surprise people a lot, is a square bill crankbait. A square bill crankbait, guys, when those fish are in shallow water, like when those fish are positioned in less than 5 foot of water, like on some type of an off-colored water lake, square bill crankbait will get you a lot of bites, and it can get you a big bite at the same time. There's 2 windows on a square bill that you're going to get your biggest fish. The number one time you're going to get them on it is when the water temperature is in the mid-50s during the pre-spawn, and the other time of year is in the middle of the summer in hot water when you're cranking this thing like around laydowns and dirty water. You can catch big ones like that. But you can also catch numbers, like you can catch 50 fish a day on it, just cranking these things down rocky banks about any time of the year. The water temperature is over 50 degrees. I've caught tons of little bass on these, and I've caught tons of big bass on it. A lot of different sizes and profiles of the square bill. This is the Megabass S-Crank 1.5 here, but you can get a square bill in anything from a little over an inch long up to 3 inches long. But the common thread with a square bill is it deflects off the cover, and it runs less than 5 foot deep, and it's got sort of the fat body profile. So there's something unique about it that appeals to all different sizes of fish. So anyway, guys, that's the 3 right there that I would get. Wacky rig, jerkbait, square bill crankbait. Gonna get you some good ones, gonna get you a lot of numbers, and hope it helps out. See you guys.